Fortnite Chapter 5 Underground is officially going to be ending in about, I believe, 3 days. And then we're going to have Fortnite, the God Season, whatever it's going to be called. But for right now, I'm going to be reviewing what I thought about this season. Honestly, it was mid at best. Now, don't get me wrong, this season had some cool things in it, like the collabs. Like, we got 3 collabs this season, which was Family Guy, Metal Gear Solid, and TMNT. And they were all pretty good. TMNT getting its own mini-season, and Mythics, Peter Griffin being a part of the game for the full season. And then the one that's completely locked behind a battle pass that you cannot participate in at all unless you have one is Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid collab. And the thing about Family Guy is that they at least allowed you to have free cosmetics. There was free things to do with the Family Guy collab. Like, for one, Peter Griffin's little location and his boss fight was probably one of the best parts of the game, and this season was just Peter Griffin himself with his looking all buff and all that. But I feel like out of the 3, TMNT was definitely my favorite, and I'll talk about that more during my review. But the first thing I want to talk about this season, or this review, is how doo-doo the map was this season. I mean, like, come on. I feel like this map was very generic, and I would just land at random spots because I don't remember the names of the locations except for the one that Peter Griffin is located at. That's the only one that I would find myself regularly dropping. The other ones I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen this place before. Oh yeah, this is where you fight the tiger. Oh yeah, this is where that one boss fight is. And it's just all over the place. In this season, I just felt like there was no memorable locations. Same with the boss fights this season. I feel like those were not memorable at all. I will be remembering, though, for being able to just grab, just get me a decent amount of ammo, a couple of green, gray, maybe a blue weapon here and there, and I'll be able to kill one of these bosses unless they're surrounded by freaking AIs. I mean, I remember a time where we were all struggling and had to do glitches to kill boss battles, but now we've so adapted to them that they're so easy to kill, and Epic really needs to update these. Like, I remember when miiiiid and all of them came out, we first got boss battles introduced in Fortnite, which it's weird to even have boss battles in a live service game at the first place, because it's a live service game, and that's really hard to do. But Fortnite has always been one of the better ones to do it, because I remember in Chapter 2, Season 2, that was a really fun season to participate in those boss fights. And from there, I feel like the Marvel season boss fights are harder to kill than these ones, which have insane amounts of health, unlike the Marvel ones. Like, for one, Doctor Doom at Pleasant Park, his boss fight in the Marvel season was pretty hard to beat, and so was Iron Man and Wolverine. Those guys were pretty much scary if you found yourself facing them. In this season, I find myself battling these boss fights with a little ease, and I feel like that needs to be improved, because if I can take these guys out with green weapons, Epic, maybe just step it up a little bit, because although I do feel like the one that I like doing the most was Peter Griffin, you didn't see any challenge videos this season talking about how you're going to get all the medallions, because the stupidest of stupid could do it. I mean, heck, I'm not even that good at Fortnite. I'm going to be real with you. I suck at the game. But, dude, I did it once, and I was slightly proud of myself. But then I realized that, well, little Jimmy, who's in first grade, can do it. Because, seriously, thinking back on it now, we used to struggle so much with Marauders because they had 300 health. And then they updated them to IO guards, and then now they're henchmen and AIs, and now we can easily, like, down them. And it's insane because there was a time where we couldn't do that. We were scared if these guys came up. Now we've all just adapted to it, so Epic really needs to update the boss fights and the AIs to give us a little challenge. Don't put it like Marauders level, but next season is the gods, so give us some good boss fights. Because you've done it before, like that Chrome chick from the Chrome season. She was hard to beat. There's been plenty of bosses. The Predator fight. I'm talking about, like, also non-collab ones. The Foundation, impossible to beat. Dude, Fortnite, you were in your prime era of boss fights and then literally did the minimum for these boss fights. Please improve them. The only one that I like to do is Peter Griffin, and that's not even considered a good boss fight. The traversal in this season is one thing that I will miss, though. But what I mean is not the traversal movement like the walking. I know that was controversial when it first came out, but I actually enjoy it more than the other walking from the past seasons. But what I'm talking about traversal is I'm talking about the train, the grapple blade, and the flowberry fizz. And I beg you not to get rid of the flowberry fizz. Alright, now ranking every traversal item that we had this season. Last place, I'm going to have to go with, this is really hard, but the TMNT mythics, even though that I'm sad you guys removed those, the traversal there was actually kind of the weakest out of the three, because it was pretty simple. You just used them for a couple in-air jumps that would launch you pretty far in the air, and it was the freaking Ninja Turtles, so it breaks my heart to put them at last place. Second place, I'm going to go with the Flowberry Fizz. Best item in the game. I know I put it at second place, but I'm talking about as a traversal item. It heals you, stops you from fall damage, doubles your jump. Flowberry Fizz is the GOAT. The next thing I got here, please don't remove it. The Grapple Blade. The Grapple Blade. Please no. This is your best grapple item that you've ever had. Not only that, but it doubles as a whip, which is insane. There's a whip in Fortnite. I can walk up to people and whoopsh, whoopsh. Someone has put that out of context. I know they did. They're probably using the CapCut AI filter right now to make me say something worse after the whip part. But Fortnite, you just did amazing with that. That was the best thing of the season, was that grapple blade. Traversal, like cars and stuff, just regular cars were fine. The Octane was pretty fun to use now that you've allowed those. And then the rocket racing cars, they're all really fun. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hoverboard, that was a cool one to use. I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoyed it. It was just the same hoverboard with a different boost effect. But I still like the hoverboard either way. So that really doubled as a bonus for me. And now that we're done talking about that, let's talk about the regular weapons. If I'm being real with you, one of my biggest negatives is I don't remember any of the weapons except for that auto shotgun, the one that looks like the pump, the one that looks like a scar. I don't remember any of the weapons. I just remember loving the new weapon optic bench system. I use that a lot during the season. I would actually upgrade it. So basically, it would only make it easier every time I killed a boss fight, because you would get a medallion, which would open the vault. That's a mechanic that I've not really spoke on. I think it's an alright mechanic. It's pretty cool. You would get a medallion that would open a vault, that would give you weapons, and it would have a upgrade bench inside. I found myself using that upgrade bench so many times this season, so every time I killed a boss, it only made it easier, because not only would I have a mythic weapon instead of gray and greens, I would have purples and optic, and I would be able to shoot them down. And if any of my friends are watching this video, they'll tell you, I suck at Fortnite, and I can do that, which therefore doubles is the reason that I don't like the boss fights, but I do like the optic bench system, and in PvP combat, I really like it. Gameplay. Alright, this is the part where Fortnite's the same every season. I guess I can just talk about the movement and the hijacking train mission that they added, which honestly, I found myself dropping at the train than I did at any other named location. I'll show you a screenshot of my map right now. It's like halfway explored. Yeah, that's my review on the gameplay, because it's still just Fortnite at the end of the day. Once again, boss is simple, medallion, pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, it's just Fortnite. There's a storm that chases you around the map. Cars are there, I guess. But yeah, not much to say about the gameplay. It's been done 100 times. I guess this is a review, so I do need to dive into everything. The Battle Pass, I really liked it. The Peter Griffin collab was straight up awesome, though. That whole Family Guy collab was, like, part of the reason I kept playing, honestly. I literally did the bare minimum of work so I could get the level 70 to unlock it. I do think some of the other Battle Pass skins are cool, and the Battle Pass in general, I'll give a 7 out of 10. It's one of the better ones I've seen in like the last weeks. No, last couple of seasons. I don't know why I said weeks. Because I feel like every Battle Pass skin is a really cool collab. The reason you're going to get it. A memorable character. Like someone who just looks cool. And the rest is all like anime girls and skins no one cares about. I actually liked a lot of the skins this season. Like that Jonesy they added. I know that's very underrated. And I like using the comic book style of it. Where it kind of looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles black and white style. I really like that. The Battle Pass, it was pretty good. Mediocre at best. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for the Battle Pass. And other than that, I have to be honest. This season was so fun for me when I was playing with bros. That's serious right there. Playing it with bros made this so much better. I don't care what you say. Playing this with bros, 8 out of 10. Regularly, 6 out of 10. The season was mid. I did enjoy parts of it. The collabs, TMNT, 10 out of 10, just because I love TMNT. It's been a part of my childhood, and they added it to Fortnite, and that was just so cool. I played that entire time it was on. I found myself getting on and on and on. And when it was gone, I found myself depressed. I found myself not playing. I found myself not being able to use the hoverboard or the bow staff or any of that. I found myself depressed, and then the Metal Gear Solid collab, 7 out of 10. Locked behind a battle pass, but cool. The missions were cool. The only thing that normal players could participate in was the Raiders, the Raiden skin, and the box item, which I thought was pretty cool. The rest of it was pretty much locked behind a battle pass, unlike the Family Guy, which I feel like they did a pretty good job at with giving players who don't want to spend $10 a good just a good like collab to participate in, because there was free cosmetics like the Brian back bling, a loading screen, and a few others. But that was a pretty good collab. I'll give the Family Guy collab an 8 out of 10. There also was a chicken in the item shop. So, yeah, there was a lot. I feel like if you didn't have the Battle Pass, there was more to do than there was in the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass basically just gave you Peter Griffin, the bird emote, and that cool television back bling, which once again did the bare minimum to unlock all of those because of how boring the season was. I just wanted the Family Guy stuff. But yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything from this season. The chest thing was pretty cool. I was hoping there would be like cool weapons in there or something like that, and it ended up just being a tornado. Yeah, that's my review on Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 1, Underground. Hope you enjoyed it. I hate to give this a 6 out of 10 for the final, because I had so much fun doing this with playing with my friends, playing this with bros. 6 out of 10 solo, 10 out of 10 with bros. Recommend playing Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 1 with bros. If Season 2 is better, I'll do a review and be like, you know what? This season stepped it up from the last. But the only times I found myself really grinding was when I didn't have Peter, when my friends are on, and when the TMNT collab was going on. So, there you have it, my review for Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 1, Underground. I'll talk to you guys later.